Tough times call for tough action. Visa recently conducted some research into how small and medium-sized businesses are coping with the downturn, and they discovered a significant group were becoming more practical and pragmatic. And I have Nigel Eaton here from Visa. What does that involve?
I think in dealings with small businesses, the first thing that comes across is enthusiasm and excitement about their own business. I think when in such a downturn, what's important is that they show a lack of emotion, push away the sentiment in their business, and look more importantly at how they can control each element and be more practical in what they do in the day-to-day running of the business.
So it's your head ruling the business, not your heart?
Very much so, yes.
Now, Dave, at the Home Business Network, you deal with lots of small businesses, and we all know that entrepreneurs are bound to be, much more optimistic than many of those. You have to be an entrepreneur to an optimist to go into business in the first place. But how do you balance that with being very practical and pragmatic?
I think there's two factors to take into account. You're absolutely right. Entrepreneurial spirit and so on has to be balanced with a really ruthless side, which I think is very foreign to most small business owners. They are enthusiastic about the business, they love the people they're working with, but if there's a need to get rid of one or two members of the team, it's a painful decision that small business owners only really have to be pushed into, but they have to do it and cut costs in other ways. The other thing that they need to do, and we've seen this time and time again, is that the businesses that are succeeding are the ones who are prepared to go out and learn and take advice and essentially source all of that assistance which is out there. There's a huge amount of information and advice out there, and people need to tap into it to learn new skills.
But getting tough, Jonathan, I mean, you run a business and you deal with companies of all sizes. Getting tough can often mean making some very difficult decisions. I mean, small businesses are like families. You have to get rid of staff that you might have found to do business with. And you also have to get tough with your suppliers, negotiating on price. And again, there might be a lot of history there. How do you personally deal with those difficult decisions?
Well, it is a difficult decision. They are relationships. And I think the main thing is about communication. And the challenge for a business leader is business leaders always think that they know all the answers. They always think that, they've built this business, it's them who are going to come up with the solutions and the ideas. And actually spreading the idea generation out to the whole team, it's amazing how many people come up with fantastic ideas.
So it's basically involving your staff in those tough decisions. For example, if you might have to change staff to a 4-day week, that sort of thing, would that be the sort of thing you might communicate to them?
Absolutely.
So these are tough times, but you can deal with them in a very practical way. And is that the conclusion of what the customers, business customers you spoke to?
That's very much the thing. They're being very innovative in ways of working out how they can better use the resources they've got.